ओके, वो एडवांस बुक करने के लिए चंडीगढ़ से दिल्ली आना पड़ता था। लाइन में खड़े होके जिस दिन बुकिंग होगा उस दिन बुक करके वापस चले जाते थे। फिर we used to come and take this train. This is called Kerala Karnataka Express. I'm sure at least some of you would have seen, at least there is आपने सुना होगा ना Kerala Karnataka, thank God, because everybody else in this audience is very young looking, but for their hair. Okay, now this train will travel all the way up to Jolarpete, and it will become split into two. One part of it, that is 10 compartments of that will go to Bangalore, and the other 10 compartments will go to Trivandrum. That is why it is called Kerala Karnataka Express. अच्छा, उस time I must be something close to 40 years, 30 years back, 35 years back. All the railway stations used to be very small in length. You hardly have about 200, less than 300 meter platforms. And this train happens to be a long train, by virtue of 22 compartments actually. So half the compartments will always be behind the platform. It may not be able to reach up to the platform. And initially, in this train there was no pantry. Can you imagine a guy sitting in the 15th compartment, he will not khana nahi milega, pina nahi milega, pani nahi milega, because this train is supposed to be a fast train. आज के ज़माने की देखेंगे तो slowest train, but उस टाइम भी सबसे fast train. So people will not get out to go buy something to the platform. Platform is very far away. You are far at the back. So Sardarji, he was in the 18th compartment. 2 दिन खाना नहीं मिला, 2 दिन कुछ पीना नहीं मिला, कुछ नहीं मिला, because there was no pantry inside, and platform is far away. So he came to Trivandrum railway station and went to the station master's cabin. He told me, complaint book de do. Give me a complaint book. So he gave a complaint book. In the complaint book, Sardarji wrote, in the train, there should not be a last compartment. And then he wrote further, if it is there, it should be in the middle. So similarly, I have a Nivedan in Sahiba. कभी तो मेरे को आगे जगह दे दो यार, स्लॉटर देने के लिए लास्ट क्यों देते हो? If I have to be the last speaker, at least there should not be a last speaker in the conference, and if it is there, he should be in the middle. हो सकता है ना? अच्छा, I came in the morning today, looked at NB Sahiba. She was actually dressed, of course, the currently saffron BJP dress. तो मैंने पूछा कि ये ड्रेस क्यों पहने? कहा कि डबल पर्पस. चलो आज साध्वी नहीं आया हो तो मैं क्या करूं? अरे इधर साध्वी अनिता चौहान इसलिए बना है. All right. So, yeah, the lady here, okay, that's so kind of you. Nobody in my life ever told me I am beautiful. You are the only one. And many places, honestly, many places, everybody looked at me and said that I am the prime example of Charles Darwin's theory of evolution. कि हमारे पूर्वज कौन थे? Chimpanzee. And everybody who looked at me said that I am a great prime example of Charles Darwin's theory of evolution. That पूर्वज कौन थे? And you are the only one. But I had really lot of love for you. फोटो इसलिए लिया कि घर में जाके तुम बात करोगे. Oh. Right. So that is some adjustments, यार. इधर क्या हुआ आपको मालूम नहीं है. She said मेरे को भी ले जाओ. मैंने कहा कि मैं नहीं लूँगा. तो कम से कम बिना साड़ी जब बोलते ना, I will not be able. She will not let me in. That is best. It's an arranged marriage. So much is coming. She wanted to come with me to Jaipur, exotic city, like tourist season. तो मैंने कहा कि आप going with Anand, I'm going with Dinesh Lambi, I'm going with Professor Sakriya, only 4 seats, 8,000 rupees is the pay thing you pay. All that I told her. So she is very upset with me. So साड़ी से काम करा दो. Alright. Now let us come to serious stuff.
Serious stuff.
Let us come to serious stuff. I have good friends here actually. Some of the friends do not talk to me. They are also NC members because I am a sort of a guy who speaks, who are upfront बोलता हूँ. लोगों के चेहरे पे I speak upfront. Many people don't like, and I don't have the skills of buttressing people, going behind people, साफ साफ बोलो, ये करो. I don't have those silence. I generally make my conversation very upfront. Many people here do not like me. That you know, ऐसा पर मैं बोलता तो हूँ. That is a problem. ये बोलना बंद नहीं करता हूँ, पर जो बोलता हूँ अपने बोलता हूँ. तो इन्होंने क्या सोचा? इसको कोई काम मत दो. Don't give him any work. Anyway, ये तो हारा हुआ ना. लो सर. हारा हुआ आदमी है. इसको ऐसे करो कि इसका नाक बंद करो. Close his mouth by making him the chairman of Ethics and Governance Committee. He cannot take any sides. I can neither take our Raghuram Padikar side, nor take Pani's side, nor take Anita Chauhan's side. Neutral. So they fixed me. Right royally, the OB fixed me actually.
Absolutely.
Now, but let us see, where is this goal going? I was actually thinking about, पहले ऐसे होते थे कि I am taking the example of Sharma ji, P.K. Sharma, very good friend of mine, Professor Sharma. ऐसे है कि if I am a friend of Professor Sharma, it is okay. If I am not a friend of Professor Sharma also, Professor Sharma के लिए it is okay. Okay. Now the world is not like that. Now if I am not a friend of Professor Sharma, Professor Sharma will consider me as his enemy. That is the way the world is. Right or wrong? The world has shifted a lot. Okay. So the world is generally looking at things. Now, second thing. Thank you so much. Second thing is, how many of us are trying to actually put up our values that we have learned, okay, in our life, while we are running so madly after our positions and power and things. We, even the guy with whom we have studied all the way up to engineering, graduation, MBA, CBA, etc. For one opportunity that you want, you will pull him down and climb him up, right? So no values comes. A value system erosion among life is good. So there's a problem. So if I don't talk to P.K. Sharma ji कहेंगे ये मेरा दुश्मन है. दोस्त भी नहीं, न्यूट्रल आदमी नहीं बोल सकता, दुश्मन है. दूसरा है मेरा वैल्यू सिस्टम अच्छा नहीं. So how does this world actually move? Now, why is it that for ethics and governance, we always clamor for, we always ask for, or we always say that ethics होना चाहिए, companies में governance होना चाहिए, organizations में governance होना चाहिए, कुछ vigilance होना चाहिए. Why are we saying this? Because the value system has eroded a lot. So oh yes, Naresh ji ने बोला कि his daughter worked in HSBC. And the manager doesn't want a leave letter or a medical certificate. And she can take as much of leave as possible if she says she is sick. Now, how many of us, and he also said that he is a baby boomer type of a person, that is, मैं भी baby boomer ही हूँ. तो जहाँ cheat कर सकता हूँ करता हूँ. And many of us do that. And when many of us do that, your ethics goes for a toss. Your governance, then. Governance is based on rules, right? Governance is all this based on rules, and then you try to get the governance done. Your governance also goes through. Then there is multiple interests. I call this as rings within rings. You may have one ring, उसके अंदर बहुत सारी rings हैं. Oh, this is the ring of this group. This is the ring of this gang. This is north group. This is east group. ये तो अच्छा साउथ नहीं बोलेंगे. ये तो मद्रासी group है. South नहीं बोलेंगे. ये तो मद्रासी group. Okay. So there are groups within the group, within the group, within the group. We as a national organization is running. जो election आता है, जैसे वहां कितना 56, यहाँ कितना 40, उसको पकड़ो, इसको. So now we are playing the game of very parochial. We are not playing the game of a national organization. We are playing the game of a very parochial organization, very narrow-minded organization. Tell me I am wrong. And this happens not only in ISTD or any other places. It happens in corporates. It happens in other NGOs as well. Now, have you seen, in the 2000, have you heard of a company called Enron?
Yes.
Whose CEO was one of the most decorated person. In 17 days' time, the company was closed down. Kenneth Lay. And Skilling, the CEO, they are behind bars. I think Kenneth Lay is serving a 125-year-old sentence for ethical reasons. Ethical reasons. We have Arthur Anderson, one of the world's largest audit firms. Finished. Khatam ho gaya. Along with Kenneth Lay and Enron, because of the Enron connectivity. We have a company called WorldCom, Bernard. Actually, he was not even qualified. Busted. We have this very famous company called Yahoo. One guy called Scott who came in. He sanctioned himself $600 million as bonus. After taking over as CEO of Yahoo.com, he sanctioned himself $600 million as bonus. निकाल दिया था उसको. There is a newspaper group called Hollinger International. They have been doing something, all this mesh type by over and taking over that you will not be able to identify that. Finally it gets identified. In all these companies, it was related to ethics and governance problem. Now what is that? Discrimination, unsafe working condition, poor working circumstances. Sir?
Kamani Tools, Mumbai, Kurla.
Yeah, both are here, sir. I didn't want to take any Indian companies. मेरे को बापू जा रहा है ना सर. पता नहीं कौन सी एम्प्लॉय बैठा हुआ है. Actually, कोई इंडियन कंपनी का नाम लूँगा. आपने जो कंपनी कहा होगा, आप भी यहाँ कहीं बैठा हुआ तो मेरे को घर पहुँच जाना सर. इसलिए नहीं कहा. That's why neutrally I have taken all these foreign companies. Yes. Yes. Poor working conditions. Disclosure of property information, ISTD, property information, disclosure of property information, what is that? False accounting, sexual harassment. जिसको मिलते हैं बेटी करके गले में जाता है, क्या करता है मालूम नहीं होता है. Okay. Data privacy, data चोरी कर लेते हैं, कंपनी से डेटा चोरी कर लेते हैं. Okay. नेपोटिज्म, स्वजाना पक्षपात, that is nepotism, अपने आदमी को लगा देते हैं. Harassment. These are some examples of ethical dilemmas that we see in organizations. Now, what does the CEOs and leaders do at that time? Some लोग feel that since I am at the top, rules are not bound to me. I am not bound by the rules. In every company I have seen this. Chairman and MD will say, none of the rules apply to me. I will come at my time, I will go at my time, I will seal at my time, I will sit at my time. You all supposed to, the rule book is there. Everybody below me must follow the rules. So, look, ऊपर वाले कहते हैं, what they say. I think it is really very fine, even though it is not allowed. I am the boss. Another one, crowd forward. How do you do? Everybody else is doing, so let me also do it. तो पूछ रहे हैं, पिछले नेशनल प्रेसिडेंट क्या किया? ये हम भी कर लेते हैं. ओ इस एथिकल क्या मालूम? उन्होंने किया ना? ये अगर तो let me answer it. Okay. Lack of moral compass. हाँ ये आदमी ऐसे आदमी लोगों को या आदमी मतलब I mean आदमी है औरत. Okay. इन लोगों को this lack of moral compass. Nothing. They are not bound by any moral rules. Others have to follow within the company and organization moral rules. Okay. And the last is lack of clarity. And particularly in our ISTD, we have a 8-page bylaw book made 51 years back. Okay. उसमें जो इंग्लिश लिखा हो वो पढ़ता ही नहीं आजकल. आपका इंग्लिश अलग है. Okay. 8 पेज 10 पेज का बायलॉ बुक में क्या लिखा होगा सर? Nobody had ever thought of actually looking at what is current, what is future, where we going to, how do we take the organization forward, what's the vision, nothing. And अब भी झगड़ा करते हैं एनसी मीटिंग में या जो भी मीटिंग झगड़ा रूल बुक में नहीं है, रूल बुक में आधी पेज है तो उसमें कुछ लिखा ही नहीं है। रूल बुक में आधी पेज है उसमें कुछ लिखा ही नहीं है तो क्या करोगे आप? अच्छा जो रूल बुक में करो that is what okay. But I take a lot of pride in saying that I have built up 5 companies. One of my companies is 200 plus crore. Okay, I have 15 branches in India. I have 4 manufacturing in Middle East. Okay. So we are building organizations. I am the co-founder of Thai Kerala, the Indus Entrepreneurs Kerala. I am one of the co-founders of Kochi chapter of ISTD. I am the co-founder of Rotary Cochin International. I am the co-founder of Better Kochi Response Group. I am the co-founder of many other organizations. If I am saying something false, I have brought 2 people with me to counter-check. Anand and Professor Zakaria. And Professor Zakaria is a man of ethics, so he will not say any bluff. So that is one. So we have lots of things. Upadhyaya sir, we have lots of things that is not defined in our books. Okay? But are required to be done transparently. So log kahenge, we will go to AB. AB is supposedly the organization of our past presidents. And we have submitted close to 40-50 of them. Some of them passed away, rest in peace. Okay. No, uske andar bhi circle hai. Uske andar ek circle hai, दूसरा circle hai, तीसरा circle hai. So this circle will never come into some sort of an understanding. So what does AB advise? AB advise, so now अल्लाह मैडम जाके एक AB का रिपोर्ट लेकर आता है और बारिश साहब जाके दूसरा ले आता है।
इसी सर्कल में एक ही आदमी है।
Problem. Morality, ethics, governance, code of conduct, and conventions. Actually speaking, we are the only animal in the world which has the power to discriminate. Left frontal law. I don't want to get into biology. Power to discriminate, power to differentiate. Every other being is either flight or fight. Anita madam, right? Yes, thank you very much. Support will get, certification will get. Madam, I respect a lot. Okay. So when it comes to conventions, it is not in the rule book. It is not in the policy framework. So when it comes to conventions, we are an organization of 10,000 members and we have so much of educated, doctorate, double doctorate, PDF and so much of experienced people both in PSU, private sector, government sector and education. So many of them. And even if you take a namuna of them, let's say 1% of them, we could have actually got out all our conventions defined very well. Okay. Conventions ऐसे होते हैं कि इसके लिए कोई रूल नहीं होते हैं. So we'll ask, what do they do at NIPM? What do they do at IMA? Okay, in this case, what do they do at this NHRD organization? So let us follow that. Conventions होते हैं ना. So there are some conventions that we can follow. But in ISTD, no convention. All the convention we have is management conventions. That is conferences like this. Now, of course, democracy has its own advantages. We all live in a democracy. But our democracy is 202 AC members. It is the most unruly managing council that I have ever seen in any organization, notwithstanding the fact that I have been a builder of at least 10 organizations. How do you get 200 people to come to a point of agreement? There is at least 10 to 15 different agreements, different opinion would have formed by them. So then you think that autocracy, you can take up autocracy, you know. Xi Jinping करता है, Putin करता है, autocracy करता है. So every country is progressing very well because one man takes a decision. See today, the fastest running train is in China. The largest, fattest, widest roads are in China because there is only one man who takes a decision. And it has come to so much that even if a Politburo member has to go for a pee, he has to take permission from the ceiling. That is the level at which China runs now. But things happen very fast. A democracy का एक problem है कि we have to really carry the whole team, and it never succeeds. It's so difficult in a democracy to carry team, and I really salute to Narendra Modi ji because he really carries so much in spite of this diversity called India that we have. So the only way for institution to sustain, all this will crumble, all this institution will crumble, and the despots will take over. Now, my question is, 10,000 members, 55 different chapters, okay, all those there. Another finest organization, the only organization in the country which is in the constituency of learning and development. The only organization in the country which is in the constituency of learning and development. Okay. Now we have so much of it. We talk about, see, in these 2 days of conference, who hasn't spoken about skill? Who hasn't spoken about knowledge? Who hasn't spoken about leadership? And we are the torch bearers of that. Now are we behaving? The importance of institutions on sustainability of democracy is that these institutions must be maintained. Do not allow such institutions to crumble. Do not allow despots to take over. Democracy fine, but even in democracy, sometimes even Hitler was elected to rule. Please understand. Even despots, they can become autocrats. Even Adolf Hitler was elected to rule. All said and done, I think all of us should take pride in the fact that India has one of the finest constitutions in the world. Right or wrong? One of the finest constitutions in the world. Okay. And if you really look at it, there's a particular case that every court, including Supreme Court in the country, which says that is called Keshavanand Bharati case. Advocates here will know if I say case. That is, the basic structure of the constitution cannot be changed. Fundamental rights has to be maintained based on the basic structure. Right to the person, right to education, right of this, right of that. At the same time, you also have your own obligations, but defined. So ultimately, any rule, any policy that any organization takes finally should conform to the Constitution of India. So it is important we also look at those basic structures. Okay. Now, very sad to say, okay, in NGOs particularly, lot of it. Now, what are ISTD's issues? Godfathers as one issue. Too many godfathers. Regional godfather, national godfather, okay, Madras godfather, Kerala godfather, not Kerala, Kerala godfather, all those godfathers. Okay. Personal interest of people. Personal interest of people. The power centricity of individuals. Power centricity of individuals. Fiduciary matters. Regional issues. Language issues. Generational challenges. I think it is time. We let NC members to be much younger people. Can you imagine? In India, 80 crore people are less than 35 years of age. Please understand. I am repeating this. 80 crore people in India are less than 35 years of age, mean age. So if you really say that, out of 140, so Pani sir, walk out kar rahe kya?
नहीं work out नहीं. With your permission, I am leaving.
Okay, right. So out of 140 crore people, if 80 crore people are less than 35, don't you think that we have to do a lot of inclusivity of youngsters into ISTD, National Council?
Yes, sure.
Don't you think that we should have lots of women in ISTD, National Council? Don't you think that we need a lot of women in the office bearers of National Council? In the last 50 years of ISTD, we just had 2 women national presidents, Anita Chauhan inclusive. आज डिनर नहीं है ना, आज का डिनर आपने अच्छा ठीक है. So let us try to follow some systems and processes. Let us try to take collective leadership. Let us try to take collective decisions. If there is a West has a decision, East has a decision, this guy has, let us put everything together and let us put it to vote and say that once it is voted, then let us everybody adhere to that. That is what democracy is all about. Democracy is all about the numbers. Okay. You can have multiple school of thought, but let us take one decision. Okay. And let us not be unconcerned about our institution. The only institution in the country, okay, dealing in learning and development and training aspects. Without following the nation's laws, without following the organization laws, bylaws, rules, policies, governance, ethics, morals, we have been always talking. One word I have seen all through is sustainability. If ISTD has to sustain, I read it out again. If ISTD has to sustain long term, let us have good governance, let us have rules, policies, governance, ethics, morals, all these things based on democratic principle under the Constitution of India. Jai Hind. Thank you very much. I have enjoyed it and I know that there cannot be any questions and I don't want to debate it. Thank you very much. It is a food for thought. I will not debate it. It is for you to understand. Thank you. Can you go? Good. I want to sit down. Okay.
Wow. Wasn't it wow?
Just like a wow.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir. That was really, I would say, brilliant session. We really enjoyed, or I think koi soya bhi nahi. So thank you so much. From a beautiful personality, I'm again saying to you.
You have to hug him again.
Yes, exactly. So पहले भी beautiful personality बोला था मैंने. Anyways, so we will have only two questions. If anybody wants to ask anything, we will have only two questions.
Medha, something with serious contemplation. We
Professor
have to answer this
Session
thing. I think
has raised his hand. Professor
Somebody
Session.
has raised.
Arey, my goodness.
Somebody please help with the
We
mic.
have.
Nair sir, it was excellent to listen to all your views, and I compliment you for all that. Only one question that is from Monica left. Can we make an attempt? Can you make an attempt to make this 8-page book to 50-page book?
सर यदि ये लोग मेरे को सीरियसली लेते हैं तब
No, I am serious because what all you express is really very meaningful.
सर मैं ऐसे
And it's a really, and I appreciate it very much because so much of dirty politics has got into the past 10-15 years. So I feel that something should be done. Seriously.
sir something like this happens, so I have made a rule as after they have silenced me by making me the ethics and governance committee, so I can't take sides. Now, so then one issue happened. So our NP sent it to me. I said no, it has to come through with the permission of the OB because I don't want your personal interest to come in. Okay, let the OB take a call and let them send it to me. So OB decided it came to me. So we deliberated. We have two of them are lawyers at that. Okay, we have done excellent discussion job. Sent it across to OB. Okay, one OB member says, since I was not part of that meeting, I will not approve it. And the same OB member takes a copy of that and sends it to the culprit. Okay, we have been discussing about a person who had been actually indulging in killing this organization. Okay, now the issue is not that. Whatever has come to me with the permission of the OB, I am speaking. I have no individual word. Okay, my OB team, 5 of us, we have no individual word. Okay, so we send it back. And they simply took it and sent it across to the person which is concerned. Now, what value you have for me as an ethics committee chairman, sir? मैं 50 नहीं sir, मैं 100 पेज बना सकता हूँ. I will go to the constitution of the entire world and UN to write one thing for you. I'm very good at that. I built up 8 organizations myself in Kerala. So ability की problem नहीं है, competency का problem नहीं है, acceptability का problem है, acceptability का problem है. Accept करो, मैं करूँगा sir.
I support you. Support you.
Accept it, sir, and go ahead.
Thank you so much. So anybody?
Copy
Yes,
has
sir.
to be
Please,
there.
please. Only last question we'll be having.
Yeah, definitely. Good afternoon, S.R.Nair, sir. Indendu Vishesham.
Sugam sir.
Very nice. So my question is that how can increase the H factor in the industry? Because if people are bounded,
X factor.
just
You said X factor.
H.
HR.
Guriwal, N. Yeah. No, we interested in the movie, N. So if we bounded the people or our employees in the rural regulation, we cannot increase the S factor. If people are not go for the happiness or S factor, so people are not working as well as desired as the.
Very good point.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Sir, rule says, please sir, all of you, for all of your understanding, today morning we started with the police officer, okay? They go by the criminal laws, procedure, right? Okay, so they have everything written down, okay? Now sir, rules are made for the welfare of the people. Rules are not made to penalize the people, please understand. Rules are made for the welfare of the people. It is for the people to follow. It's for the good country. It's for the good of the people that rules are made. Rules are never made to. There are exceptions that we penalize. There are exceptions that we punish. We don't punish people. See, even when you do so let's say, for example, ethics committee, governance committee, we ask the person at least twice. We seek the explanation twice before we even recommend the minor of the action. So rule, sir, एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में मेंबरशिप मिलना बहुत मुश्किल है, आपको मालूम है. आप करके तो देखो, 100 से ज्यादा करके तो देखो. So if you want to have 10,000 members in an organization, कितना डिफिकल्ट है मेंबरशिप लेना. ये जो मेंबर आए उसको निकालना थोड़ी है. ये जो 10,000 मेंबर होते हैं, अगले साल में 20,000 मेंबर होना चाहिए. That is when the organization becomes तगड़ा, right? तो हम किसी को नहीं. Sir, rules are made for the betterment of the people. It is, sir, therefore I am saying, ethics and governance is not to be implemented. It is to be self-governed actually. And those people who doesn't self-govern it, that is where small people like us come. Just to decipher the code and say that this is ethics and governance as written in the kitab or this is the convention. It is for you to follow.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your valuable insights. I would like to invite Dr. Professor Ashok Kumar, sir, to facilitate.
No, the
yes,
word
sir.
is felicitate.
Yeah.
Felicitation.
Felicitate and Anupam Jain, Treasurer ISTD chapter, Jaipur chapter.
सर थोड़ा पीछे से.
शाहरुख खान डाल रखा है. शाहरुख खान रहता है.
I said beautiful personality only, sir.
अब तो आपको बाल काले करने
उसको भी कैसे कोचिंग तक ले जाओ, ऐसे क्वेश्चन लगा है. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so